wow, a lot has changed in such a short period of time. I have no idea how this is going to come out either. You can see I'm obviously recording in a car using my DJI mic, which I never do. And the reason for that, the partner's asleep inside, and I felt like making use of this space right now because one of the things that has happened recently is I've now got myself another new car. This is actually a very, very nice old 97 Corolla. I actually really like it aesthetically. It doesn't seem to have any issues with it. I want to take it in to get it checked first. I made that mistake with the Gets that I got before this car. It's still currently across the road. I don't know if you can see it or hear me right now. I don't know if you can see it behind me, sort of thing, over my shoulder, but it is there. Actually, you probably can't because I think my girlfriend's car's there. But yeah, a lot has changed. The reason I had to do that, I got the Gets in December last year, secondhand, and I was sort of forced my hand because Christmas was coming up. We were going to Jarvis Bay. My partner, I don't think she had a P's by then, so I was the only one who could drive. Or no, she had got a P's. Sorry, she had a Golf that we sold, but she had a Golf at the time, and it had so many problems with it, and we thought it was going to blow up. So I was like, I need to get something so that we can make it to Jarvis Bay and so I can get from A to B because I was just borrowing the ute still at work, and I was like, I can't keep fucking doing this. So I sort of forced my hand and rushed the buy. There wasn't a lot on Marketplace. Well, I thought there was, but I bought something that, it seemed okay. It seemed to have its issues, like the fuel pump, you could tell straight away something was wrong with it. The acceleration was pretty shit. The shifting gears and stuff was all jumpy and shit, like, it didn't feel right. Like I've never driven a car like that, like a manual car like that, where the first gear worked the way it did. If that makes sense, so you almost had to ride the fuck out of the clutch for it to go anywhere. And it actually took like a good week to get used to, which normally with a manual it takes you like the day to get used to, sort of thing. If it's a different car, or like like an hour, if that, you know what I mean. But this actually took me a good fucking week, especially because I was going back and forth with using the work utes and this car. But yeah, I'm actually happy with this buy. It cost me 2.5 grand, and yeah, there's not much else more to say on it. I just hope this is the last car that I have to buy for a long time because I'm fucking sick of going through cars. This is the fourth car I've had in under 3 years. So in a 2 year period, this is my fourth fucking car. I am over it, bro. The first one was a Mitsubishi Mirage. I can't speak. Are you serious? A Mitsubishi Mirage. It's a fucking tongue twister. What happened with that one? Again, as you know, I work way too hard, and there was one afternoon where we were punching. I can't speak this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. We were doing a bunch of overtime, and I was headed to the pub to have dinner with my mum, and I was running late as it was, and I was so fucking out of it. It was literally not far away from the pub and far from my home at the time, and someone had broke so hard in front of me, and I didn't have enough time to brake myself. I went straight up the arse of them, and then someone went straight up the arse of me. So it was a pile up, and my car was completely fucked. That was probably the worst accident I've had because I was going probably 80 kilometers or some shit. Like, I was doing the limit, but it's like it was a rural area, and yeah, I was going quick, and the chick slammed on her brakes to turn because she like almost missed her turn, and there was no turning lane. And so I was so out of it, like it took me too long to react, and I didn't have enough time to react because it was also like it wasn't a long straight; it was like around a bend as well. So that was fucked. And then I had a Mazda after that, which that was embarrassing. That was again, I was so fucking tired, and I was going straight from site to go see Tyler the Creator. I think I've actually talked about this one in one of these episodes, like one of the earlier episodes. But yeah, we were going to Tyler the Creator, and I drove the work ute to the site, but then I needed my car. So the tradesman drove my car to site in the morning, but I had to be there first. And he had a pie or some shit. and left the sauce packet on the fucking dash and made a fucking mess in my car. And while I'm rushing away, I'm like, this motherfucker. I pick up the sauce and I throw it. And I notice when I drive, if I look anywhere, if I look left or right, fuck, my brain just turns the wheel left or right. It's so bad because I was so out of it and I was like overthinking shit and rushing shit. I wasn't going fast at all. I couldn't have been going that quick. But because it was an older car, I literally hit a parked car. Like I would have been going like 40 k's if that. You know what I mean? Because I just turned out of a street and it was like 100 meters further up, like not even. You know what I mean? So I really couldn't have accelerated and made much distance. And yeah, straight into a Mercedes or a BMW, one of the two. That was actually stolen. So insurance wise, at least that didn't fuck me over, because that would have been very bad. If that was like just a normal car, if that car wasn't stolen, then yeah, it would have caused a lot of fucking problems. But that was that one. And then yeah, fast forward to the Gets I've got in December. It's had all these fucking problems. The reason I've had to get another one on top of that, I spent, I think it was like 2.1 or something for the car. And yeah, I've had it for the time I've had it. Rego's come up. The car started making a noise. Actually, I'll talk about the tire first as well. I don't want this whole episode to be about cars, but this is where I'm at, right? The tire itself, it started, when I first got it, it wasn't making a noise. And then I started hearing a bit of a noise. I'm like, oh, that can't be good. And then it got worse and worse and worse. And it was actually while I was off, so it wasn't far off when I bought the car. And it started making a noise worse and worse. And it got to a point where I was trying to go out. Oh, that's what it was. We noticed I was missing a wheel nut. I was like, fuck, that can't be good. So I went to go get a wheel nut. And in the time of going to get this wheel nut, another one had fallen off. I'm like, fuck. So I got 3 or 4 of them. And then in going to fix it, one of them was completely snapped off. And then I had realized they were all fucking snapped off. So my car was literally running off of one wheel stud. It was held on by one wheel stud. So I had driven all the way to Canberra and back with this fucking wheel. And I don't know how I made it alive, to be honest. But yeah, I got that fixed. I tried to do it myself because I was like, it's just a tire. Like, it can't be that hard. I'm willing to learn. If I spend a bit more money, whatever, like, it's a good learning experience. I don't know a lot about cars, so let's fucking give it a go. I made problems worse. And I remember we couldn't find the exact size for the wheel stud. It was like point something different, but that point something different fucked everything over. Anyways, I took to the mechanic and they were like, because my brake fluid came out and it got aerated, which it's not supposed to, it can fuck up the actual brakes and the system. There was a 3mm plate as well that I had bent and it started scraping on the tire. There was all these things, and the mechanic's like, I told the mechanic, he's like, so you made things cost more than it had to and more complicated. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it was worth a try. And he's like, look, best case scenario, it all works. I think it was like $400, 400 and something dollars to fix. It's like, worst case scenario, all these things fail and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. But we don't want to waste our time and money, and we don't want you to waste your time and money. So we're going to try best to not let that happen. And fortunately, yeah, that didn't happen. So that was all good. But yeah, further down the line, started making another noise. I was like, fuck, I'll go get it checked. It also needs a service. It needs a Rego's coming up too, so I'll get a Rego check. And yes, they were a shit mechanic, but with everything included, so my green slip, Rego, everything, the costs of the repairs and stuff, because there was like 4 different things that were fucking wrong, and 3 of my tires are all fucked. They need to replace as well. It was 3.5 grand. And I'm just like, what the fuck's the point? I bought this for 2.1. It's cost me 3.5 to fix, get back on the road. And that wasn't including a timing belt, which he said if that breaks, my motor can blow. Which was the main cause. That's what was causing that noise. And also the fuel pump as well wasn't in the quote because I didn't need to fix that in order for it to pass Rego. And I'm like, I'm going to be sinking like 4 or 5 grand into this car. What the fuck is the point? I'm literally just going to get another car. as shit as it is, it's going to be less of a headache. And so I had, I think, 4 weeks or 3.5 weeks or some shit to sort that out. So it's been a bit of a time crunch. But on top of that, so there's been that. And then I also had an opportunity come to my lap. Work has been very bipolar. The people there I love, but it has been such a negative space and it's been so bad for my mental health and bled into my personal life and shit. And I pretty much got to a point where I'm like, I can't do this anymore, right? Like, I injured myself again at work. I don't think it was serious, but I've had so many times where it's been bad injuries. Like, I've popped my fucking shoulder in and out, and then I passed out and fell on the concrete and shit grazed all up my body. I've put my hand through a table saw before and ended up in hospital with my finger barely working and nearly cut my whole finger off. You know, there's been times it's like, why the fuck am I still doing this? My joints are fucked. Like, I've got a really crook knee, bad elbow. I'm always tired because it's just so physical. It's just like, what is the point? Why am I still here? I don't actually enjoy this that much. And through my community, it was through outreach, and this was over the Christmas break. Someone I had reached out to was in a space called Set School, right? And they're based in the UK, and it's pretty much a community and course to train you into high ticket sales. And I was like, it got to this point, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit this guy back up. I've seen his results, and he's been doing really good in such a short period of time. I just don't want it to be about quick easy money, because that's a big thing I have. After I got scammed, I refuse to do something that requires, like, that gets you quick easy money. This is good money, requires hard work. It can be quick, but it requires a lot, and I know that now because I've put so much in. But yeah, so there's been back and forth, and then me trying with this. So I've paid for the course. I've learned a lot. I've been putting in, sacrificing a lot of hours. Really, I have been getting up at 4 o'clock, spending 2 hours working on this, and then going to my day job. I'll leave at 6. I get home at like 6, 7 o'clock. It's fucked, and then I spend about 2, 3 hours in the night learning more and doing more. On top of, I'm still hosting my community calls. I'm trying to still make music on top of this. I've had studio sessions. I'm trying to write on the weekend. Trying to maintain everything and balance everything. It's fucking tricky, bro. But I'm just trying to make it work, you know? And yeah, there's been a lot of stress, and I think I'm trying to just remain centered. I've still been meditating, not every day, but I've still been meditating to keep myself sort of grounded and centered, because I think that's so fucking important, and I've realized the importance of that through that now. But I know there was a day even I did like 17 and a half hours, and it's been like slightly less, slightly more every single day. It's fucked. Like, I don't want that to be my life, but I'm trying to just make it out, and I know this is temporary. But after a week as well, and I hope this is a legit deal, because I've tried to message the dude. It's been 2 days now. I still have not heard a response. But I had an interview with someone on Friday from a company, and they're an AI automation company. They pretty much sell leads. They have an AI program that scrapes leads for businesses. So it's a business to business program, and it scrapes leads for businesses to get them more leads. And we're essentially selling that as a package. And through what I'm doing, it's called appointment setting. So pretty much we have to sell this. That's course is getting sold by the company. The company is called OLAT, and when OLAT makes a sale, the people below it that make that sale possible get commission. So underneath the owner of the company, there is a closer. So the closer gets a higher percentage. That is someone who closes the deal. So they actually physically sell the person in a call. And then there is the appointment setter. So the appointment setter gets a lower commission, and they're pretty much warming the lead up, booking in a call. And then the closer has to close the deal for that whole sale to happen. And we all get paid essentially. So yeah, that's been a journey in itself. It's more complicated than that. I've tried to explain it to some people. Some people get it. Some people are like, "What the fuck?" My mum doesn't understand, but that's okay. She'll understand when money starts coming through. And Yeah, it's all work from home. They're based in the UK. They have another team member who lives in Australia who's supposed to be training me, and that's what we're waiting on. Is he was talking to her and making sure she was comfortable with that. So yeah, I haven't heard back. I have sent a message. I sent an email this morning. The time difference makes it hard. I know he's a busy person. I'm also going to. I've looked at the time difference. It's 9 o'clock in the morning there when it's 8 o'clock at night here. So I'm going to give him a call at 8 o'clock and see if he answers because I've got his number and he said, call me, message me, I'm available whenever. So I'm going to see what happens from that because I want to start as soon as possible. You know what I mean? And by the sounds of it, I only have to really work for him 4 hours a day, which is good, really good on my half because on my behalf, sorry, because I can sort of work 4 hours for him and then work my day job at the moment until it's obvious enough that this is going to fucking replace my day job. That's the whole point. And then through that, I can double down with this so I can make twice the amount, put in more effort, level myself up, move further up because there's potential to move into a closer role as well, which would be cool. But it's a scary thing, bro. It's such a big change for me. And it's through cold calling, which through the course I do, it trains you a lot with DM, like outreach. But this is all cold calling, which I'm not familiar with. And it'll be so interesting. I just want to jump headfirst into it, you know what I mean? Because I feel like with the little amount I have learned, I feel like I will be good at it. You know what I mean? Like I'm good at connecting with people. I'm good with relating with people. I've got a lot of pain points myself, so I can recognize other people's pain points and sort of sell them on that. So I'm really keen for it. But yeah, I know cold outreach is brutal. I know that from experience. It's just like you've got to do high volume because the conversion rate is so small, and it's like the outreach. Say you do 100 outreach, you get 5 responses from that. You might get 1 opportunity from that. That's how it works. Like it just trickles down further and further, and then there's still potential you don't even land that offer. I cannot tell you how many things I actually applied for before I landed this one offer. Like it gets pretty ridiculous. Even through my community, like it's the same. I was just, bulk messaging people and I have messaged I think 300 and something, like in the mid 300s, and we've got 20 something members in a free community. It's not even paid for. And that goes to show like, and even through that, I know there's a couple of people that will pay for it even through that, like there's a trickling number. So yeah, I understand the hardship of it, and that's what I'm fucking keen for because I think I will finally get result for putting hard work in. Like I'll get treated for the hard work that I do put in because I don't think that's valued enough. Even through doing what I love, like I don't think it's valued enough. Something else I've noticed as well that I have gotten really good at that I was like, oh, I think it's going to be tricky is my ums. I don't know if you've watched this. I feel like I've only said maybe once in this video, or 3 times because I just said it twice then. But I've gotten a lot better at not saying And the reason for trying to not say is to just sound smarter because it makes you sound like a fucking idiot when you just keep saying And I know I say it a lot. Even in calls, it's good that I've tried to train myself that way because even in calls, say for the community or whatever, I pick up the second I say it. I'm like, don't fucking say it. Like, just try and breathe, think. I do stutter a bit, and I do trip on my words, but I'd rather that than say You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now, bro. I've got my EP dropping next week, which I've barely promoted, and it's such a full circle moment too because it's called New Beginning or New Beginning, New Beginnings, New Beginning. It's one of the two. That's how little I've been putting in work for it, but it's such a full circle moment because the whole point of the EP was I got scammed and I was in such a low point, but I picked myself straight back up because it's like it doesn't matter where you're at, who you are, what your situation is, you can always start new. That's the whole point of the whole EP. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be a real positive outlook on everything. And that's where I'm at right now. Like in such a short period of time, big changes happened again. Like, new car. The only thing that's confronting is, like I said, with the day job, it is like a small family, and the boss has been really nice towards me recently. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm working a lot of hours, on Friday, we were supposed to finish at 1 o'clock. We didn't finish, we didn't leave the site until 6:20 at night. And he's like, he felt bad because there was a whole situation where the brakes stopped working, and so we had to go out of our way. We had to wait for a delivery driver, which stretched it out further. I didn't get to the site until like 1:15, and it was a full day's worth of work. You know what I mean? Or half a day, whatever it was. But I didn't get there till 1:15. I'm supposed to finish at 1 o'clock. And he felt bad, and to the point where me and the apprentice were like, fuck this, we're actually really tired, let's just go to the pub or something, which I don't go very often. And yeah, he was like, look, I feel slack, bro. Dinner's on me. Get whatever the fuck you want. I'll cover it all. Shit like that. Even at the moment, I just saved enough for this car, but I was going to leave myself short, and I know I've got big bills coming out in a sec, which I could have like really grinded for and crunched for. But I was like, you know what? I at because I've got shit going on and I want to play it somewhat safe through all this risk that I am taking. Let's have some holiday pay because he's offered that. And I only took a week. I think I've got like 2.5 weeks with him. I only took a week, so I'm not taking all of it. But yeah, even through that, he's like, yeah, bro, sure, like, of course, blah, blah, blah. And he was telling me about the car, and he's like, just make sure you check for this, blah, blah, blah. Don't fuck yourself over again. Like, I don't know. He is treating me like a mate, you know what I mean? And he has been really good to me. That's what's confronting, because I'm trying to get out of this, and he has no idea. You know what I mean? So it's very confronting. It's very challenging emotionally. And yeah, I'm still trying to push for it. If it works, it works. That's why, yeah, I'm trying to do both. And if it's not manageable, then I have to decide what I'm going to do. If it is manageable, cool. If it replaces my day job income, then I want to potentially quit that job and go full in with this, you know what I mean? Which is going to fuck him over more, and that's what's challenging emotionally. But yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. That's where life's at. I'm so excited for the future. It's still the front half of the year. Like, yes, it's the end of March. It's nearly April. It's my birthday in April as well, actually. We're 4 months in, and so much shit has fucking happened ever since I started this whole community thing, bro. Like, well, pretty much ever since I got scammed. Like, that scam was probably the best thing that could have fucking ever happened to me, because I thought I was putting in effort, but I didn't realize what was important. I was just, trying to get money. That's all I was fixated on, was money and not purpose. And now that it's flipped, money is starting to come my way. Do you know what I mean? Like, money isn't the goal, it's the byproduct. But if this job lands and works well, if it doesn't, bro, I'm going to keep just trying to push to get another offer. But if it does work, it's going to transform the way I think about everything. It's going to give me more freedom. It's going to give me more time, more money. I can invest more into my music. I can invest more into my community, which is going to fucking pop that off further. I can, work from home as well. There's potential to travel. He's like, even if you're doing good, we're going to Thailand in the next month or so. Like, if you're doing really good, we're going to fly you out. Shit like that, like incentives like that. It's so motivating, bro. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, if you did like this, please drop that like button. I love dropping these like mini documentary things, even though it's just like a raw cut. There's no cuts really. Leave a like, hit that follow button, because I'll be posting more of these. I've got the EP dropping next week, so I'm going to be dropping a video for that as well. But yeah, stay tuned, bro. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being a part of this. This is a community. YouTube is a fucking community, bro. Like, thank you for being a part of my journey. So much more to come. Watch me fucking explode in the next 6 months. It's going to be crazy. I love you all. Peace out.